Okay, so I'm coming off of a cold. It's been a rough weekend. Guys, I want to take two very incompatible exotics, merge them together to create something absolutely terrifying in the Crucible. Now, first up, this was a recommended build in one of my YouTube videos. I am so sorry I didn't write your name down. From now on, whenever I get a recommended build, I'm going to write the build down and then dash in your name. That way I can finally start remembering all these great ideas that are being thrown at me. So first up, guys, we are taking the exotic sidearm Rat King. This long forgotten ancient relic from year 1 Destiny 2. We're going to be pairing it with Top Tree Striker, essentially allowing us to have shoulder charge. And the exotic armor piece of choice is Insurmountable Skullfort. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this. So without further ado, boys, I present to you Insurmountable King. Actually, shout out to clan member Aztecross. I was originally going to go with Ratfort, but he graciously pointed out Insurmountable King, and that just sounded way better. So guys, right off the bat, let's recap some of these perks. We've got a Rat Pack here on Rat King. This fully automatic weapon becomes stronger when nearby allies have it equipped. Stacks up to 6 times. Now, I'm rocking all of this solo, so we won't really be taking advantage of that perk outside of it being full auto. But the trait here, Vermin, reloading immediately after a kill, grants a brief period of invisibility. So essentially, guys, we run up into Crucible, we grab a kill with Rat King. After reloading, you go invisible. Now, we only have about 6 seconds to get to our next victim, but we will not be shooting this next prey. No, instead, we will be shoulder charging this person while being invisible, which is absolutely terrifying. Now, the reason why we're rocking Insurmountable Skullfort is because of the perk Transfusion Matrix. Kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regeneration and restore melee energy. Obviously, the restoration of melee energy is the big one, but that health regeneration on those arc melee abilities is also really nice. Now, this is the role that Zer brought a few weeks ago, which goes hand in hand here with this setup. It comes with hands on, gain bonus super energy on melee kills. Needless to say, guys, everything here is working as intended. Go invisible with Rat King, shoulder charge the next person, and the beautiful thing about shoulder charging when invisible is that you don't break invisibility when you shoulder charge a guy. So say you charge someone within 2 seconds of getting your invisibility, you're still gonna stay invisible, so you can just keep getting your charge back and keep shoulder charging enemies until your invisibility duration runs out. Now, let me talk about Rat King here, because yeah, it is not a used weapon, hardly any. I think there's some people out there that use it for like solo things, just going invisible and getting past a bunch of ads. This sidearm, though, actually is one of the best sidearms in the game. It has a 0.6 time to kill. It's got a pretty decent stability stat, pretty decent range there at 43, but I think my favorite thing about it, of course, is that magazine size. A huge reason why I like something like Drang as well. And even though we have shotguns running rampant in Crucible, sidearms can most definitely compete with the right setup. Matter of fact, actually today in this video, I'm rocking 10 mobility with traction. And by the way, guys, if you haven't used traction on any of your boots, one of the best perks for mobility. Essentially grants increased mobility and tighter turn radius while sprinting, which immediately adds value to Insurmountable King, allowing us to get to our targets for that shoulder charge. So is this an optimal loadout for Crucible? No, it's not. It's a fun loadout, but this could actually be a deadly optimal loadout in Crucible if we had the Rat King Catalyst. On a real note, guys, I'm starting to get really tired of waiting on these catalysts. I have got to know something about them. This catalyst, though, will actually make Rat King a much better weapon, as it's going to add both 20 aim assist and 20 recoil direction, essentially elevating this exotic over the other legendary sidearms in its same archetype. But the beautiful thing that I am looking forward to the most, if nothing changes, is that the catalyst is supposed to allow us to get health regeneration when activating Vermin. Now, Vermin, of course, is that trait, guys. Essentially, when we reload, we will go invisible and start immediately healing. Now, that was stated many months ago. I know they're still in the database. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have not heard nothing about these catalysts. Bungie has not stated anything about them, and I must say it about once every other week. I talk about this weapon and that weapon's gonna be great as soon as we get this catalyst. And then week after week goes by and we still don't hear anything. So at this point, I honestly don't know when these catalysts are ever going to hit us. Regardless though, this is still a very fun loadout. Insurmountable King is going to do some wonders for you in Crucible. It'll also anger a lot of people because, again, nothing like an invisible shoulder charge coming out of nowhere and smacking you in the face. And if we ever get our hands on the Rat King Catalyst, oh man, this is going to get even nastier. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slide that like button like your mama told you right.